Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. This is an email sent to me from someone asking about the Bible. You know, the questions in here, simply he concentrate about what he think maybe they are not scientifically accurate things in the Bible. And I see most of them is about the earth is flat. You know, there is two ways you can read always any book. Either you make it a book of science and then you decide to look for things does not make sense for you, or you read it as a book which given you spiritual meaning. You know, like now, I might write an article and I say I went to the end of the world looking for knowledge. Somebody after 3,000 years from now, he will read my book and he will say, this liar, he think he went to the end of the world when he was just in America. So either you take the meaning of what I'm saying or you take what you want to understand. I hope what I'm trying to say to you is clear. You know, I can say things they have nothing to do what you try to make it to be what or to understand it. So a human being can always turn meaning upside down due to his game. Like what game you want to play? You want to play the game of let us make this book a book of science? Then I can show you tons of things and you will say, okay, look at this, look at that, look at that. You yourself, you said every day, they are not scientifically correct. As an example, a teacher in my university when I was a student, you know, and he's a professor, he's a very very well-known smart person. He keeps saying, don't ask me questions or don't come to my office after the sunset. You know, one day I wanted to make fun with him, so I like to have fun. I said, sir, there's no sunset scientifically, you know that, right? Why you keep saying that? He said, this is true, but you know what I mean. Don't play games with me. And he's right. I'm playing games with him. So like it's like, you know, a young kid trying to be smart. There is no sunset. What do you mean every day at the sunset? The sun never set. And I can show you from every book made by scientists, made by everybody, you know, everybody uses this term. Sunset. It doesn't mean read the sunset. What about you go after them and you say, you stupid idiot, you are saying the sun setting? Scientifically, the sun never set. The sun never raised too. So either you want to take every word in illiterate meaning or you don't. This book is not meant to be a book teaching you about science. This is a book is meant to be to teach you about God. The spiritual meaning, this is what the book is about. Now, as an example, just to show you an example. And most of people actually, they ask questions of verses they did not even read. I don't know, I think mostly you just quoted those verses from a website. You did not read them yourself, because if you read them, you will see that those verses are not saying what you are trying to make them to say. As an example, you said in the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, 12, Revelation, etc., talk about the four corners of the earth. So what? You know, right now, we can show you how many people use this term, or this term of speech, that this is mean the direction of the earth. You know, when you put the map in front of you, and the map is giving you four directions, all those directions are false. They're not real. It's things we created. There's no east, there's no west, there's no south, there's no north. We created those. We named them to find a way to make a map. And after we made the map, we found a way to draw things to make roads. So we can always find our way, how to go and how to find our ways, our directions. But in fact, there is no north, there is no east, you know, because what east is where the sun rises from, right? But the fact what is east for me, it might be west for somebody else. Do you understand me? Like, if you live as an example in the Middle East, the east for the Middle Eastern is the Asian countries, China, you know. So for them, they are the east, or for us, sorry, in the Middle East, they are our east. But for them, we are the West, right? So they are the East, we are the West. But for us as a Middle Eastern, the Chinese are not our West. The West is Europe and after, like, America, etc. So you see the even the point of direction or the name you use is a change based in your location. What is your East? What is your East? It can be the West of somebody else. What is your East is can be the opposite for somebody else. So either you want to go by one term and you say this is illiterate and that will make you stupid, or you go by what it's meant by East and West and North and South. And we can go over all those things, and it's endless. So my main point is, don't take the Bible in illiterate way. This is not about illiterate way. 4 corners of the earth, like the angels will come from 4 sides of the earth, 4 corners, which mean you have no place to run away from God. That's all. Very simple. Where do you want to go? East, West, North, South? You cannot run away from God. That's all. You want to make it about flat? Go ahead. Who cares? Now, and the same for all the other verses. Like in here, just to show you, you are not even reading the Bible yourself. In the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse number 11. Okay, what about you all go and open the Bible and read? Why people are lazy? It's not even saying anything of that. It's saying it's the king, the Babylon king, he saw a dream. He saw a growing tree. There's no real tree. There's no real earth. There's no real sky. It's a dream. So your Majesty, who is lazy, with my respect to you, I love you as a Christian brother, but you are lazy to go and read and open the Bible. I just read verses before, verses after. You will see it's a dream. But you are lazy. And I bet you this is given you from somebody in a website, or it's why you don't go and read. Here we go. You made the dream as something real. It's a dream. Why? Because you decide, or the one who gave you these verses maybe, he decide to look for what he think it's a mistake, which is not a mistake. It's his stupidity. Not a mistake. We go to different verse. Matthew chapter 4, verse number 8. The devil take him to an exceed high mountain and show him all the kingdom of the world. First of all, let me ask you a question. If there is a high mountain in Jerusalem, there is, we don't have that. So first of all, in the whole country, they don't have such a high mountain. The whole country. So is the Bible speaking really about a high mountain? No. Satan tried to tempt Jesus with his power, that he can offer him authority. High mountain is a place of authority where you see yourself, you are on the top of this earth, and the top of those kingdoms, all belong underneath of your feet. And all the kingdom he showed him, it doesn't mean that he took him, that the earth became flat in that second. Absolutely not. I can show you the earth from my TV. I can show you the whole earth in my TV. Does that mean behind my TV there's an earth? To make it simple for you, if a human being with his stupidity, he was able to make you see what is impossible to see. I can show you China and you live in America in my TV. Does that mean my TV went to China? Does that mean I took myself and my TV to China and I am there right now? I am not. So can Satan show Christ such a thing? Yes, he can. If a human being he can do it, he can. He do not need a TV screen to do it. This is Satan. He was the most powerful angel of God. So in here it's about trying to tempt Jesus with a very high authority to give him control of the whole earth. You are on the top of this earth and everything underneath of your feet. All those kingdoms just bow down to me. Jesus refused. So this is not about you want to take it in a literal way, this is your business. In the Bible it's not. And we continue, like in Job. I don't really understand what the problem in here. I don't see any problem in this verse. Maybe if you can explain to me later. Job says the earth is in pillars. The Bible don't speak about pillars the way you understand them. And by the way, that will not make the earth flat too. But I don't know what that means. If you are saying the earth doesn't have pillars, well, if you want to take it, the pillars as physically, no, we have. Pillars is, if you mean underneath of you, well, yes, we have the ground. We have the magma. We have, those are the what is holding our earth. If you want to say that the earth is in the top, all of it in top of pillars, no, this is not what the Bible says, and I will show you with the proofs. And from the Bible itself, and from the book of Job himself. This is you quote from me chapter 9, verse number 6. Let us see what Job he say himself. This is the book of Job, chapter 26, verse number 7. The earth hanged on, he hanged the earth on nothing. Okay, is it clear? Do you see pillars, the one you are looking for? It's the same writer, the same person, Job. Hang on nothing, which means it's an empty space. And actually, you know what? He says there, empty space. So, why we don't take this? No, we will take that one, because that one maybe will make the atheist more happy, and those who are trying to find mistakes in the Bible, they will make them happy. For me, I will not consider this book as a book of science, even though it's stating an amazing fact, fit perfectly with science. But you know what? It's a stupid of a human being to make the book of God is a book of science. For a very simple reason. Science don't believe in many things book of God is teaching. Science don't believe in angels. Science doesn't believe in tons of things. I don't want to repeat myself, Tons of things. Science, do science believe that a person can say to a person one word and he come out from the grave, as Jesus did? Absolutely not. They will say to you, this is a lie. So either you want to follow science or you follow the book. Even if the book agree with the science, doesn't mean that I will go with the science. The science is not my book. But you want to go by science, go by science. In the same time, just to make it short for you at the end of this video, because we are just repeating ourselves, does the Bible says that the earth is flat? Let us see. Let us see. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse number 22. It says, it is he who sit above the circle of the earth. And by the way, the word circle in here is not a very perfect translation. It's a translation, and the translation comes because it's coming from the Hebrew shog, I think, is this what they say it. The word translated circle in here can come as spherical, rounded, etc. So here we go. It is he who sat above the circle of the earth. What do you want more? Is that a clear proof that the earth isn't flat? It is. How come people, they choose all the other verses, which is not even saying a clear words about the shape of the earth? It's an assumption made by you. Because how he can do that unless the earth is flat? How can you know, etc.? Here we go, the earth in the front of your eyes. In the Bible, the same book you are discussing, it says the earth is not flat. And for me, like we as a Christian, if this exists in the book of the Muslims will make a big stories about it. They will make movies about it. Unbelievable, brother. The Bible says, the Quran says the earth is a circle. When the Quran says the fact the earth is flat. As an example, chapter 79, verse number 30, the Muslims, they say that this is the word duhya means circle, which is false. Duhya means flat, dahaha. And I have tons of verses about those. And actually, my coming book, I have my book number one, very number one, already exposing many of the false miracles of the Quran, or what they call them scientific miracles. And I have my second book, very number 2, exposing the rest of them. I hope soon we will have it printed and people, they can get it from Amazon.com. Now, am I going to take my science from the Bible? No. Am I going to understand science from the Bible? No. Because this book is not meant to be the book of science. And it is the stupidity of a human being if he try to understand God by science. Because science cannot explain God, cannot explain what God does. What if scientists say to me, no, I can give you a proof that Mary, she cannot have baby without a sperm. I will say to him, so what? Scientifically, this is impossible. For God, it is. Does that mean he was going to change my faith? Absolutely not. So, be smarter and don't go and dig a hole under your feet. Christ is Lord and Islam is false, and many others too. Thank you.